yammering like I'm a boss, bumping Snoop Dogg and smoking weed, because that's the only benefit of being a pizza boy. I'm still waiting. I've seen enough porn. I'm waiting. I know someday that someone's going to open the door in like a bathrobe, and the wind is going to flutter it open, and I'm going to be like, yeah, I got a hot, thick sausage for you. Bounce, bow, bow. All sorts of tips exchanged that night. So being a pizza boy is a lot like being a gynecologist. You smell that shit all fucking night, and you can't eat none of it. So as you know, I'm a pizza boy, and you can see what kind of man candy you're working with here. I don't get a lot of loving from the ladies, so I masturbate a fair amount, 2, 4, 12 times a day. That much masturbatory delight leads to an overexposure to porn. Now, porn's taught me a couple of things. Some of it I'm starting to doubt, though. Like, the pizza boy always gets laid in the porno. I still haven't seen that. Women apparently love to be ejaculated on. Everyone loves a big finish. Oh, if you ever catch a chick masturbating, apparently it's perfectly cool to just jump in. She's not going to mind. Let's get back to the ejaculating. So apparently women like to be ejaculated on. So says the porno. It's got to be true. I've seen it on the internet. My 2 favorite ways to ejaculate on a woman go like this. When you first get hard in the beginning, before you put the condom on, you get that little bit of pre-cum on the tip of your dick, right? You hit it with your thumb all smooth, and you get it right in the forehead like Simba. My other favorite one, also completely immature and unnecessary, the Spider-Man, right? She's like, don't come in me, don't come in me. You're like, okay, I won't come in you. So you come in your hand, right? And then you fling it at her like a web. I don't often look at my lips. Just kidding. Okay. It's a personal belief of mine that if you're going to be an idiot, I get to call you out on it. Just thought you should know. Oh, you know what? There's a lot of women out there, for whatever reason, Down syndrome, ugly, bald, I don't care. But they have a hard time getting laid. And I feel bad for them. I'm not going to start banging these chicks, but I'm thinking I could, mix up a cocktail that's half roofie, half Viagra. Like a Roofagra. So, I like to say fuck a lot. I like to curse in general. It's like sentence enhancers. I'm at work the other day telling a dead baby joke, and this guy gets mad. He's like, you know what? That's not necessary. It's just not necessary. And I'm like, well, I know it's not necessary. I'm not an idiot. I'm fucking vulgar, you fucking idiot. So I did actually meet a woman a while back, right? Kind of met her on Craigslist. Her neighbor was selling a car. I thought she was pretty cute. She lives across the street from a park, and there's a big-ass tree, about 50 yards out, right? I've got these binoculars for bird watching. So I spend a week or so in this tree, and I'm getting to know her, I realize that Tuesday's trash day, and I, swoop out there Tuesday morning, and I'm all excited. I'm like, oh, man, we use the same shampoo. Her dental floss and her toothpaste smell good. There's some tampons in here. I'm going to wait a couple days. About a week later, I get the nerve up, right? I'm all excited. I'm going to go meet her, right? The police report said indecent exposure. I think she was excited by it. She's instantly talking about taking it to the next level. Restraining order is a level, right? I try not to plan my day. Courtrooms are quick to throw the word premeditated around. Keep that in mind. The only B word you should ever call a woman is beautiful. Bitches love to be called beautiful. So you can't tell, I still look like hell, but I've lost a lot of weight, and I'm trying to figure out how to lose more, and I decided it made sense to go to the doctor. So I'm kind of nervous in the parking lot, and I smoke a couple of joints, and I go inside, and I'm trying to fill out paperwork like I've got insurance and shit. I see this really hot nurse in the back, right? She's tatted up a little bit, you can see it poking out of the top of her scrubs, and I'm like, oh man, she's cute. And about 5 minutes later, she takes me out, she picks me up, and she's like, hey, let's go do all the other stuff, Like, I get on the scale, she's doing my blood pressure and shit. She's leaning in to do my blood pressure, and she's like, oh, you reek of marijuana. And I was like, does that excite you? And then she goes, a little bit. And I was like, yes. Like, I started to get a little bit of a chubby, right? A couple minutes go by, she's doing this, that, and the other, and she starts fucking with me because she knows I'm into her because I'm high. Probably because I'm kind of drooling a little bit and shit. And I look over at her, and she fucking, like, pulls the top of her shirt down a little bit to show me more cleavage, and, like, I'm pretty much got a half chubby at this point. The doctor comes in, and he's asking me all these questions, and this nurse is still floating around doing whatever, and the doctor's like, hey, go grab that from under there. And so the nurse walks over there, and she bends down all hot like the one chick that keeps grabbing the chair. And I'm pretty much like, I'm like 3/4 hard at this point. And the doctor sees that I'm not paying any fucking attention. He shushes her out of the room, right? She turns up and she looks at me, she goes like this, she goes... So I've got a full fucking hard on at this point. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. And the doctor looks at me and goes, all right, drop trowel, let's do this. I'm high. I'm horny. I drop trowel. I've got my eyes closed. I'm in a beautiful spot in my mind. The doctor cups my balls. I run my fingers through his hair. I stop and I look at him for a second. My eyes are big. His eyes are big. Like, the nurse is over there like, what the fuck? And the doctor just looks at me, and it's hard, and it's right there, and he grabs my shaft, and he goes, Simba. I've been Mayor Baldwin. Thank you.